nearly 30 years as a pro, tennis great Serena Williams will retire from the sport following this year's U.S. Open here in New York.
That's right. The soon-to-be 41-year-old announced her decision yesterday in Vogue magazine, saying, quote, "These days, if I have to choose between building my tennis resume and building my family, I choose the latter."
Speaking of that resume, Williams has been nearly untouchable throughout her career. Get this, 73 career singles titles, 23 career doubles titles. Here's the big one, 23 Grand Slam titles. That's just one short of Margaret Court's all-time record. Joining us now to discuss Williams' storied career and legacy is Hall of Fame tennis coach Rick Macci, who's actually trained both Serena and Venus Williams. Rick, we are so thrilled to have you with us. I mean, you know from your time working with the sisters, Serena's resume is certainly one to beat. Can you tell us more about her journey getting to this point in her career? And do you think there could possibly be another player, an icon like her ever again, or no?
Well, first off, it's great to be with you. When I went out to Compton in 1991 and saw Venus and Serena for the first time, I didn't see it at first. But once we said game on and they started competing, I saw something that I've never seen in two little kids. There was a burning desire. There was a rage like no other. And right then and there, I went up to Richard, and this actually is in the movie. I said, "Listen, you got the next female Michael Jordan on your hands." And he puts his arm around me. He goes, "No, brother, man, I got the next two." I just saw something under the hood. And, I went on the record. Serena was the best athlete I ever coached. At 11, she had all the time in the world, a lot of intangibles, but a lot of people couldn't see it. But she's a special young lady.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was just going to say, what you're saying sounds like you're also in the movie. So there you go. Not even just their coach. That's pretty cool. People definitely know that character. Rick, a lot of fans had hoped, as Joe just mentioned, that she would beat Margaret Court's all-time record of Grand Slam titles. If she wasn't stepping back, if she wasn't, as she said, they're focusing on her family, maybe expanding her family, do you think she could have done that?
Well, probably not now, simply because she needs to play more. You lose a little bit of the movement. Remember, she didn't play every Grand Slam, during her pregnancy. And, she had a few other issues. But it's not really about her breaking all the records. I mean, she's, in my opinion, not only the greatest female tennis player ever to hold a racket. I think she's the greatest female athlete of all time. And I tell people that because she's at the top of Mount Rushmore, not only because of the speed and the quickness and the firepower, but what's inside. And when I say Mount Rushmore, she made more opponents rush more than usual. So at the end of the day, this is a very, very unique athlete, generational, and it might be very difficult for someone to duplicate what Serena has done.
You redefined Mount Rushmore there. I like that.
Rushmore.
How did she change tennis, do you think?
First off, great question. I think that's her biggest legacy. She brought in, and Venus, the whole African-American community. She inspired so many young people, but it's not even tennis. If you think of the story, growing up in Compton, having nothing until I came into the picture at age 9, and just the story, if I can do it, you can do it. It's so inspirational. But her determination, her competitiveness, she's the most brutal competitor. And I've had a lot, I've had 5 number ones in the world and 8 Grand Slams. She's the most brutal competitor ever. But what she has shown through determination, grit, and fiber is like no other.
Rick Macci, thank you so much. It was so great to hear your perspective upon this big news. And I know you're wishing Serena all the best in this as she closes out one chapter of her life and moves on to the next.
And by the way that she did it and how she called out, what she is dealing with as a woman specifically, I think it made a lot of people feel understood at home. So incredible.
It's really amazing. She won her first Grand Slam at the U.S. Open, and she's going to end it at the U.S. Open. So what a storybook ending. I love it.
Absolutely.
Great
Thank you.
That does it for this hour of Morning News Now.
But the news continues right now.